All right, everyone. So you might be wondering, what is this channel? And obviously, at the time you're watching this, this is going to be the only video on this channel, but I promise you, we will have more to come. So, what is this channel? Well, you could tell by the headline that this is going to be a channel based mainly on the Hitman series. Now, my experience with the Hitman games goes way back, right? So, my first Hitman game I ever played was Hitman Blood Money. I remember getting the Xbox magazine and seeing a write up on Hitman Blood Money in that and just going, I got to give that game a try. So I went, got that game, and I fell in love with it. I played that game through probably 1,000 times. Played, obviously, I think most people's favorite mission is A New Life. That was my favorite mission in that one. Also, the one where you can go to heaven and then go down to hell. I enjoyed that one too. I did like the casino one as well. But the point is, I played that game 1,000 times, right? I absolutely was in love with that game. So after I beat that probably 15, 16 times over, I also had an original Xbox, and I said, you know what? There's another Hitman game that I'm going to go get, and that is Hitman Contracts. Right now, that was only for the original Xbox. I don't know if it was on it was on PC too, and I don't know if it was on PlayStation or not. But I meant I couldn't play it on the 360, right? Because it came out on the original Xbox, and so I played that a little bit, and that game I also loved. It was kind of obviously you saw the improvements that Blood Money made, but it gave me just more of the same type of gameplay. I never went back to fully play the ones that came earlier than that. Do own them and I have played parts of them at times, have not beaten them all through. I beat Contracts through and I beat Blood Money through. And then, of course, after that, I went and I played Hitman Absolution, beat that one through. I did like that game, but it was a little bit different, obviously, than those first two. And so that takes me to the most recent game, which is now, what is it? Hitman World of Assassination. I have not played a ton of this, right? Which is why I'm starting this channel because I kind of fell out from this series, right? Not because of anything the series did. I just stopped really playing the games, keeping up to it. And I saw recently some articles on. I said, why did I stop playing these games? It feels like Hitman might actually just be hitting its stride. So I said, let me start a YouTube channel, right? Because I think we're gonna have a lot of fun. So my plan with this channel is pretty simple. For starters, we're going to obviously be covering first the most recent stuff with Hitman World, of Assassination or whatever it's called, Hitman World of Assassination. That's going to be the first one. So you're going to see a lot of me trying this out, not technically for the first time because I have played it actually a little bit previous, but I hadn't really beaten it or anything like that, gone through the whole game and kept up with it. So we're going to be playing that for starters. Once I feel like we've not run out of things, you can always kind of find more in a Hitman game like this. But once we've kind of gone through a little bit of this and I feel comfortable with that, we're going to be setting ourselves back to the beginning. Now, the process I'm going to probably go through is start with this one, kind of stay up to date with everything going on, and this is going to be the main game we're playing. Then I'm going to go back to Contracts, Blood Money, and then Absolution and play those, right, for everybody on here. And then once I do that, potentially, okay, we will go back to the two I haven't played at all and go through those, right? So that's the first two. I'm forgetting the name of those two. I think I have them on here. Let me look. Silent Assassin and Codename 47. So we will go back and play those afterwards. So that's kind of the way we're going to go through this, right? That's my thinking. Maybe we'll change it. On a side note, even though Hitman is going to be the main reason for this channel, there's a 007 game coming out uh pretty soon. I think it's sometime in early 2026. And that game supposedly is supposed to be like a 007 version of Hitman, right? Like it's a 007 game, but it's supposed to play and be like Hitman. So we're going to be covering news from that and gameplay from that as well on this channel. So the main thing is going to be the Hitman series with the 007 series. Now, if the 007 game comes out and it's nothing like it, if the 007 game comes out and it stinks, then we're going to basically take that and put it to the side and this will go back to being strictly Hitman. But I wanted to start this series because I do have other YouTube channels. I have another gaming channel. I have actually a bunch of channels, but I have another gaming channel. And I felt like, I wanted to branch out because you can't do as much as I would like to on one gaming channel with Hitman, right? This is a type of series, this is a type of game that you really, at the end of the day, need to replay and replay and replay, and you could really get down deep into a lot of different things, right? And I only can imagine with the new, like, Hitman Blood Money and Hitman, contracts and all of that, there were different ways you could do things, certainly, but not to the level you can now. There's different starting locations. There's a variety of different things you could do. And one thing I kind of want to get to as well as we play through is I'm interested to find out which one I actually prefer over the other, because there was something about those original Hitman games. Like, I mean, the funny thing was, like, in Hitman Contracts or even in Blood Money, is obviously because of the technology of the time, you could only do so much as it pertained to AI working properly. Like, yeah, I don't know if you ever seen those videos where people, it's like the police, they tell you they put their hand out, oh, you can't go here, and if you accidentally go too quick and you walk by them, they just shoot on sight. Obviously in the newer games that's not the case, right? Because the AI is better and all of that, but there was something still about those old games that I do love, and I haven't played enough of this new game, World of Assassination, to be like, yeah, that one is definitely better. And when I mean better, I don't mean, obviously, with all the technology and everything that there is now, the new game is definitely better. And I looked on Steam because I was interested, and I was actually shocked when I looked on Steam to see that this game currently, Hitman World of Assassination, is sitting at a very positive overall for English reviews and a very positive for recent reviews. And why that shocks me is because there are so few games from that there were such big games back in the day that have continued to have their like, to not be viewed in a negative light, I guess is what I'm saying nowadays, right? Like, there's so many series that we've seen, it's just like a downward trend. It's like they were so beloved back in the day, now everybody hates the series. But to see that this most recent Hitman game, right, is getting a very positive on Steam, and it's not only from the get-go, but still to this day as they update it, was pretty crazy for me to see, and a little bit exciting. At the end of the day, a little bit exciting. So this is what this channel is going to be, right? We're going to take it as we go. I'm going to have some stuff that is probably more of a short video. Maybe we'll do some that are live while I'm playing a mission. I have no clue where it's going to go necessarily. We're going to see as we go which works better, which is more fun, which type do I prefer to actually do. Do we do reviews for missions and all of that? I have no clue. But the sky's the limit, and I'm excited to do this. So thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.